all we came to be happy again.
Final Community, Elliot here, Lazy Dogs Records, and haven't been very active lately. Hope I can get back in the swing of things by doing this video and maybe one or two more in the near future. So I think 2020 was, in the VC community, the year of jazz. A lot of emphasis on jazz, a lot of great information about jazz, with the tone poets, looked at all that sort of stuff. And so it appears to me that 2021 is the year of prog. So I've got to weigh in on my favorite prog albums / bands or artists, and I'll get that started right now. And then at the end, I'll give you my my biggest rant, toxicity, complaint. What else did I say? Drama queen, clickbait, what I hate about, and my biggest complaint about the vinyl community, because it seems like everybody's doing that these days. So here we go. Number one. Hard not to say this one. I'm surprised this isn't in everyone's list of favorite prog albums. The Moody Blues. Specifically, the Days of Future Past from 1967. The Moody Blues with the London Festival Orchestra, conducted by Peter Knight, and it of course includes the song Nights in White Satin. But you really have to listen to this one, like any good prog album, from start to finish as one concept. And so I'm sure everybody that's a fan of prog has listened to that one, and a whole lot of other people too. All right, number two, prog. Now remember, prog means what? Shorthand for progressive. Okay, so these are my favorite progressive albums. We started with the Moody Blues. The next one was a highly influential and progressive album, John Hartford's Aeroplane. What a great album this is. And I think this is from 71 maybe. David Bromberg produced it, and Tut Taylor's on here, and a lot of great, Norman Blake is on here. A lot of great innovative artists producing something totally different from anything else that had been out before it. Okay, and my third one, I believe it is, the David Grissman Quintet. What a great album this self-titled album is. And this lineup included, besides David Grissman, Daryl Anger on the violin and Todd Phillips on the mandolin, Bill Ametnick on bass, and of course the great guitarist Tony Rice. Okay, what a great album. They do lots of Grissman compositions, and Opus 57, Tony Rice's composition, Swing 51, Pneumonia by David Grissman, Fish Scale, Andy Trott wrote that one, Dogs, Rag, and of course they coined the phrase for this type of prog music as dog, D-A-W-G, dog music. And if you'll notice, the name of my channel is my name, but it's subtitled Lazy Dogs, D-A-W-G Records. So Tony Rice. Now you're going to notice a trend of a lot of a lot of artists playing on each other's records here. Okay, so Tony Rice eventually left. Played with David Grissman Quintet for about 3 years or so. Left to form his own band, the Tony Rice Unit, and this is Mar West. This is a great prog album. Okay, a lot of his own compositions, and he does a Miles Davis composition on here. Very proggy. He called his version of dog music Spacegrass. Okay, Tony Rice Unit. And what am I at? About number 5. Okay, one of the most innovative musicians, still going strong today, Bela Fleck. And this is one of his early albums, Natural Bridge, but I recommend any of his work. So innovative, so progressive, so different from expectations. This album, this early album from the early 80s, definitely was not what anyone would have expected until it came out. I especially like the songs Punch Drunk on here and the Natural Bridge Suite, or Suit. Natural Bridge Suit would it be? Okay, and that came out on Rounder Records. Very progressive album label. Okay, now Bela Fleck was a member during part of the time. He was not an original member, but he was a member of this extremely progressive group, Newgrass Revival, and this is one of their mid-career albums called Commonwealth. And this one included, of course, the founder of Newgrass Revival, Sam Bush, Curtis Birch. Oh, I'm mistaken. Bela Fleck's not on this one. Bela Fleck's not on this one. It'll be after this album Bela Fleck joined. And John Cowan is the bass player, who has a very proggy voice. You know how in prog music you get those vocalists that are just very dramatic and everything. Well, that is the great John Cowan. He came into the group not really knowing what to expect, and as soon as they heard him sing, they say Sam Bush had said he was the lead singer, and when John Cowan said, "Can I sing one?" when he was auditioning, he said, "Yeah, but I'm the lead singer." Bush did. He got out there and he belted one out. And Sam Bush said, "I was the lead singer. Now you're the lead singer." All right, moving on. This is what, maybe 6 or so? I got 10 here. Dale Mcclury and the Dale Mcclury Band, very traditional bluegrass band. But when Dale's not touring, the rest of the band goes out as the Traveling McClurys. Dale's in his 80s now, so he doesn't always go. So his sons bill themselves as the Traveling McClurys, and very, very progressive music they put out on this. This is, there they are. Okay. Hope I'm not running too long on this. I don't want anybody to lose interest, although I probably already have. And you're gone already. Okay. And how about this very progressive group, the Punch Brothers? Okay. And the Punch Brothers, this album is Who's Feeling Young Now? And of course, Chris Etheridge on guitar, or Eldridge, not to be confused with the bass player that was not now deceased. It was in Flying Burrito Brothers, among other things. Paul Cowart on bass, Noam Pikely on banjo, Chris Thiel, T-H-I-L-E, Thiel, mandolin. He is the big draw here, of course, formerly of the young prodigy group Nickel Creek, and Gabe Wechsler's on the fiddle. Very, very proggy music put out by the Punch Brothers, and that album is one good example. And while we're talking about Thiel, we'll also mention this configuration. There's Thiel right here. This is, I guess, I've got it labeled. I'll get it under Yo-Yo Ma. It's Yo-Yo Ma, Stuart Duncan, Edgar Meyer, and Chris Thiel. And there they are. And of course, everybody knows Yo-Yo Ma. And an excellent album. They've done a couple of these Goat Rodeo albums together. I'd call that very proggy. Okay. And finally, what we're listening to right now on stereo in the background, you may or may not be able to hear it right now, is a young group called Hawktail. And this is their only album on vinyl. They've got one other that's a CD release. But very young, innovative group. This is a 2020 release. And it features as I say, a very young ensemble playing very progressive music, very heavily embedded in the classical music. The bass player plays with a bow rather than the way we normally used to hearing the bass. In fact, he's going to town right now. And let's see, Brittany Haas is the violinist. Paul Cowart is the bass player, and there's Chris Eldridge we just mentioned from the Punch Brothers. He produced this album, and Jordan Tice is the young prodigy guitarist who's all grown up now, and Dominic Leslie is the mandolin player. Let's see, give you another picture of them. Really, really amazing progressive music. So, there is my presentation of my favorite prog albums. Prog is in the eye of the beholder, is it not? I think so. Okay, now to the clickbait title I put up there, Toxicity, Vinyl Community. My biggest complaint about my biggest complaint is people taking things too serious when it comes to the vinyl community. If somebody puts something up there in a comment that you don't like and it's your video, guess what? You can go over to the right and you can delete it. Delete it. Don't worry about it. Don't be so sensitive. It's okay. Remember, this is our outlet. Okay? On the other hand, if you want to be snooty towards somebody, unless you're playing a back and forth game, just messing around, as friends, giving them a hard time, if you don't know that person, don't say anything that could be misconstrued as overly critical. Okay? Just be diplomatic about it. So, yeah, everybody, just chill out about all this stuff. We've got, 2 months ago, there was an attempted coup of the United States. For the last year, we've been dealing with a damn worldwide pandemic. In the United States, 500,000 people are dead prematurely because of it. We got things to be really concerned about and complain about and get upset about, but the vinyl community is not one of them. This is to be fun, people. This is an outlet, a release from all the stresses around us. Remember that. Just have fun. And don't put up posts about my biggest complaint about. Don't do that. Especially not if it's your first vinyl community video. Gosh, come on, people. It's okay. Just enjoy the vinyl community. And if there's something or someone that rubs you the wrong way, don't subscribe to them. Don't click on their videos. Don't make comments on them. Okay? It'll be all right. Everybody remember, be kind to your neighbors. If you'll all do that, it won't be any problem. Be kind to your neighbor because we're all neighbors, okay? All right, everybody. Take care. 2021, the year of Prog.